Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Old Iron Garage. Thank you for tuning in. So tonight on the bench we have another project that I've had sitting here that I have not started on. I've had sitting here in the garage for probably at least a year and a half. It's pretty rough, but I'm going to save it, or I'm going to try to save it. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, let's take a look at it. Alright folks, here it is. We have here a Homelite 330 in rough condition. Can anybody spot an immediate problem? I don't know what happened here, but I mean, something is definitely missing here. Yes, the handle, the whole handle is missing. Busted off. Completely busted off. Yeah, it's gone. The throttle ain't even hooked up anymore. Yeah, it's yeah. So anyways, my buddy was at a junkyard and he knew I had a thing for like Homelite saws and stuff, and he knows that's a good place to look for them. That he knows I picked up a few there. We used to go to the junkyard together. So he climbed, out of curiosity, seen this big hopper full of scrap, and so he climbed up on there and took a look down inside, and he seen this saw. He thought, well, that looks like a Homelite. So he climbed down in this hopper, and he snagged this thing. And yes, sure enough, it was a Homelite. So he bought it and brought it home, and I got it from him. And I don't really know the story. We don't really know the story as to why the handle's busted off. Maybe that happened when somebody chucked it in the hopper. That's quite possible. Maybe it happened beforehand. I have my theories as to what happened to the handle and why it wound up in the junkyard. And that goes something like this. The handle was probably busted off when it was probably thrown into the hopper, and it probably busted off then. And my guess, being a 330, when it wound up in the junkyard, was probably because intake boot is probably shot. So, yeah, that's just my theory. But we will find out. So anyways, after receiving this saw, I went on eBay and I bought the parts and pieces that I knew for sure that I would need. So, like the whole top half of the case is, all part of that handle that goes back to here. Then there's the bottom piece of the handle that goes to here. It's busted off. You can see it there. I have both of those, and I have some other odd and end pieces. It does not have the can't really see well from this side, I guess. It does not have the spur or the bucking spike. So I ordered one of those. The one I ordered, I believe, is probably a remake. It's not a OEM Homelite genuine one, but I mean, it's just a piece of steel with some spikes. I'm sure it'll do just fine. I did order some intake boots and stuff like that, some other various pieces. But yeah, it's not a very pretty saw. You can tell she's been used and abused. But I just want to see if we can get her up and running and make her a working saw again. So anyways, let's dive in. Alright guys, as you can see, I got her in the vise right now. A couple things I have done off camera. I have lubed up the cylinder, and I have checked for spark, and she has strong spark. So let's see if she'll pop off for us. Oh yeah. Not only does it pop off, it revs out of control, even with the throttle all the way closed. So that kind of does make me feel like maybe the intake boot shot, because it's getting a whole lot of air, even though the throttle's all the way closed. Recoil needs a little work. Yeah, she just revs all the way up, right off the bat. There's no slowing this thing down, so I do believe, I mean, it's just my guess that means intake boot is broken, is cracked, so it's getting a whole lot of air, makes it rev way out of control. You know, I mean, it's a vacuum leak, is what that is. So, let's go ahead and get the bar and chain off. Make it a little more, bring it down to a little more manageable size to move around on the bench and work on. Ah, too big. There we are. I did notice that this has an incorrect spark plug in it. It's got a teeny tiny one, but as you can see, it does work. So that'll be fine for now. Come on. That'll be fine for now. I mean, if I get this thing all fixed up and it's a good running saw, I will give it a proper spark plug then. I'll worry about getting the correct spark plug at that time. Huh. It's got two mismatched nuts on here. One is a regular nut with a washer. The other one is a flange nut, no washer, because it's a flange nut. If I get this thing all fixed up and it's a good runner, then I will fix that as well. I'll get two proper nuts, the correct OEM parts. There's an Oregon bar. It says Oregon on it. They make a good bar. So I'm not upset about that at all. I like OEM bars and, like, you know, actual Homelite bars, and then I like, if it's not OEM, I want an Oregon bar. That's just my preference. There's other good bars out there, but that's just my personal preference. Say roller tip. You can see the sprocket here. If I can get this saw running real nice, I'll probably go ahead and take the rest of the gray paint off here and just clean it up, take the rust off, just make it a bare steel bar. I think that looks a little nicer than this worn out paint. Let's see. I'm going to put this down here for now. Out of the way. Alrighty. Very typical. A lot of these old magnesium clutch covers will crack. This one is cracked right there, and it's actually got a little chunk broken off. Not too much, just a little bit there, a little bit there. But it is cracked right here. That's very common on these old magnesium covers. I wish they would have made these just a little bit thicker. Maybe like a 32nd to a 16th inch thicker. Would have been a little bit stronger that way. The sprocket is in decent shape. I mean, it's definitely worn, but I mean, it's a used saw. It's an old used saw. Another thing I'll probably do is, if I can turn this into a good running saw, I will probably replace the handlebar, find a used one in better shape than this on on eBay. Sorry, I forgot to adjust you guys downward. Let's take a look at the air filter. Holy cow. I mean, these are a cleanable, reusable air filter cartridge, but look at the back side. It is all packed. It is fully packed in with debris, and there's chunks of debris down here that fell out of it as I was taking it off. Well, it's disintegrating in my hands, but yeah. I may have to pause the video and go get my air gun, an air hose, and drag it in here. Because this is a pretty dirty saw. I prefer them to be a little bit cleaner when I'm working on them. Let's see. Holy cow. Wow. That's pretty bad. How could this thing even breathe? I mean, that's just a little bit that I took out. This thing is packed. Yeah. Well, we are going to set this off to the side, and we'll clean it up and see how it looks later. But I do have two replacements. Brand new, ready to go. Wow. That is rough. Well, I think I actually am going to go get my air gun and blow this off. I will bring you guys back after I do that. Alright guys, I took a little bit of time to clean this thing up real fast. I used a kind of down and dirty method for cleaning, like a quick cleaning, quick detailing method. And that is simply I did try first to just blow it off with compressed air, and that only got the large clumps off. It was still quite dirty. Had a lot of stuck on crap on it. But basically I just kind of sprayed this thing, took my squirt bottle of WD-40 over there, and just gave kind of a medium, even coat all over this thing. And then sat it down on the floor and let it saturate and soak into all the dirt and grime. And then after it soaked in for about 5 minutes, I took the air gun and blew it off. In there, down in there, around the carburetor, you wouldn't believe how much dirt and debris there was built up over the years down in the bottom. Holy cow. It was like never ending. It kept coming out more and more and more. Every time I thought it was out, it wasn't. I did shut this, though, so as you can see, there's nothing down there. Alright, let's dive in a bit further. So where should we start? Where should we start? I don't really know. I've never really dug too far into one of these, the 330s. I have another 330, a complete running 330 in very nice original shape. If you look far back in my videos, you'll see in a couple of my earlier videos, you'll see it in I'd say at least 2 of my videos. So this thing from front to back splits in top and bottom halves. I guess let's start by getting the handle off. The handle is held on by 2, I think, Allen bolts. Yeah, 5/32. Come on. The other one is down here, kind of below and in front of the recoil. So this is all new territory for me. I have never disassembled a 330. The furthest I've had one apart is take the air filter and carburetor cover off of it. So this is it's all new territory for me. Where did I put? Okay, it's up there. There we go. Might as well keep cleaning as I disassemble, at least a little bit here and there. It's less I'll have to clean later. So, that's off. Let's see here. So it looks like there's a top and bottom half to the case, and then this piece here is separate, and there's a like rubber bushing there for it, and it moves like inside the outer case because it's mounted to the outer case with a rubber bushing there, and one down here. That's a bushing as well. All right. So I guess the next thing would be let's take off this recoil. The recoil was having some issues. I'm just gonna take a look at that next because it's easy to access. It's right here. Now, I don't know exactly how far we will get on fixing this saw tonight. I don't know what other parts I may have to order. And if I have to order other parts, this project may be on hold for a little while because, you know, I am out of work right now. So, yeah, I am out of work right now. So, I won't be ordering anything that I don't absolutely have to have. You know, spending has been, I mean, money was already tight to begin with, but now spending has been greatly reduced. So, before I could sneak little things in here and there and just, my wife wouldn't notice. Shh, don't tell. But, yeah, don't tell on me. But now, I just, you know, I have to be a little more responsible. You know, I do have to take care of my family. I can't be, like, reckless with our finances and spend money on a chainsaw that I don't have to be spending money on while I'm out of work right now. Looking for another job. I will say, though, if I do get this up for sale, or if I do get this fixed up, I highly doubt I'll be keeping it. Because I already have a really nice 330. I don't need a second one. Yeah, that recoil is kind of dirty and gummy. So I see how this works. See, there's this thing here. When you pull the rope, this kicks out. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts that catch on 1, 2, 3, 4 parts on the flywheel. It engages the flywheel there. There's probably a lot of dirt and debris down in there. it is already freeing up a bit just by spraying some penetrating oil down in there. Oh yeah, making a big difference. This thing's already freeing up some. Put a whole bunch of penetrating oil down in there and work it in like this. And that helps to clean it out on the inside without tearing it apart to clean out. It's a lot easier than having to tear it apart and rewind that clock spring again. That's a pain in the butt. So you want to put a whole bunch of penetrating fluid in behind that spool, back in there where the clock spring is, and just work it around. And it not only cleans, it lubricates. Yeah. Now, I need to dump this out. I want to see what it comes out looking like, probably brown. Oh yeah, it's coming out like a dark chocolate brown color. Honestly, didn't have that much come out. Where did it all go? Probably soaked into the rope. Yeah, this is a good workout. Oh yeah, that's coming out really dark brown. I will continue doing this later. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on video just doing this. Oh yeah. But anywho, you get the idea. But that is already working a whole lot better than it was. I'm going to wipe this mess up. And in the trash it goes. I just want to take a peek in here. I've never been this far into it. Wait a minute. I wonder how much end play in the crank is acceptable. It doesn't seem like that's excessive. I've seen a lot of used saws like that. I don't know if they're like that from the factory or if that's just how they get with age and use, but I mean, it seems to be pretty common. And I haven't had one blow up yet, so I mean, they just keep humming along. Yeah, this is my first real look into one of these, so I'm just kind of exploring. This clutch, drum, and sprocket have been replaced. That's an organ part, but that doesn't upset me any because I like organ parts. They make good parts, as far as I'm concerned anyway. Alright, I guess let's split the halves of the casing. I don't really know the proper order of disassembling one of these. Huh. Alright, yeah, let's split the two halves. Going to need a 1/4-inch drive deep well sockets. I'm going to say that's probably 5/16. Yes, sir. 5/16. What in the... Oh. I must be tired. I'm getting a little excited, guys. I have never been this far into one of these saws. I'm kind of excited to open this thing up and see what all's inside. Okay, so what's left of this broken bottom handlebar piece has to come off to gain access to the screw that has to come out to split the cases. There's some broken plastic that's been shoved in against this bolt, which means I cannot get my socket on it, on the bolt head. So I'm going to try to work that out in a way to gain some space for that socket to slip on there. There we go. That should open it up a bit. Oh yeah, here we go. What's this? Piece of paper or something in the bottom. There's a hole there in the bottom to gain access to a bolt. There's a piece of old paper or something, cardboard, maybe a piece of gasket material. I don't know what that is. Come on. This engine in this saw is, I think, what? About or almost or right around 55 cc. I think it might be 54 cc, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't, I mean, I looked it up. There's a website that has specifications out there for pretty much any chainsaw ever made. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I use it all the time. I'm looking up information on different Homelite saws. But yeah, I think this is like 54 cc. It's quite the saw. It's a real powerhouse. I love mine. When I say mine, I mean the one that is complete and runs and is in great shape. She is an absolute screamer for being a little bit bigger saw. She rips. I bought that one and a smaller saw at the same time from the same guy. They were my first Homelite saws I ever got. I don't think I'll ever sell either of them. Both of them were for their age, were in immaculate shape. Both of them, I believe, are 1980s. I think the little one is an XL. Not a Super XL or an XL12. Those are older and bigger. But it's a little trimming saw. It's probably around 35 cc. I think it's called an XL. I'd have to look again. But it's just barely new enough that it was a plastic cased saw. But the saws that belonged to the guy I bought it from, they had belonged to his father, who had a tree trimming service and took very, very good care of his stuff. And he was, at the time of this purchase, he was no longer living, and the guy didn't know what to do with this stuff, so he decided to sell it. I don't know what all has to be done so that this can split. Okay, here's another bolt that has to come out. This goes through that lower grommet that is holding the engine on the inside. Ugh. My sinuses are acting up. I was sick recently, and now I'm starting to wonder if I wasn't 100% over it. Sorry about that. I just don't like to sit here and sniffle. Oh. I love a nice hot cup of tea. Whoa! Parts went flying. I think it's just that rubber grommet. I think we're okay. Wow. Hold on. I mean, that's to be expected, but that's pretty messy in there. That's to be expected, though. Yeah, I believe the only thing that went flying is this rubber grommet. Okay, it goes like that. Okay, I understand. I see how it goes. So here's the fuel tank. What all else can we see now? I believe if I undo this, which I think I need a smaller one. Oh no, that one fits. The top half might be ready to come off. There might be something else holding it. Okay, yeah, there's another bolt back here holding it. Might be another grommet in there, I don't know. There might be 3 of these grommets, I guess. Okay. Ooh. No. Put that back on there. I was trying to see if that was that grommet was 2 pieces or 1. Like the other one was 2 pieces. And there's this metal ring around here and it popped off. I don't want to lose that or forget where it goes, so I'm going to try to pop that back on right now. Come on now. Get in there. I might have to get a little screwdriver or something to help shove it up in. Jeez. It's a little windy outside tonight. I don't know if you can hear that tarp blowing in the wind. That is my portable garage out back, or as I just call it, my storage shed. 'Cause that's all that it is for me. Is I store a bunch of bowling stuff in there, mostly bowling stuff. Ooh, come on now. Got it most of the way back on. Come on. Get in there. Sorry, this is probably really boring, but I want to get this part back on now. Because I don't want to lose it, and I don't want to forget where it goes. I didn't even know it was there when I was pulling on it. I had no idea it was going to come popping off. Oh, come on. Almost done. Ooh, that was a pain in the butt. So, note to self, don't pull on that again. Okay. So it looks like this thing is loose, except for back here. Looks like I just have to take this bolt out, and then it should be, the top half should be ready to come off. Alright, let's see. Will it come off? Or is there something else still holding? These wires need to disconnect from the switch. They're not wanting to let go. Guess I could just disconnect this wire down here, but what about the other one? No. The other one goes to the coil, which I cannot access. Come on. Oop. Oh, that just goes with that. Let me see if I can coax this to pop off of here. There we go. 1, 2. All right. Now, that is not necessarily what was holding it on, though. There is still something else. Is that... Okay. Let me take a look up inside if I can. I can't really see enough to know what is still connected. I feel like... Hang on, let me try something. No, that won't. Can't push that through there. That is missing a seal. I might have one. I just noticed the inside of the fuel cap is missing a cork seal. See this? The oil cap has one. The fuel cap does not. I know I have a cork seal, but I don't know if it fits this cap. Maybe I can see from this side. What is still holding us up? I can see in there, I just can't see enough. Yeah, really can't see crap. There's too much dirt in there. Well, I suppose... Should I just start like... Wait a second. Might be the fuel tank that's actually holding us up. wonder if I can get that to... Definitely don't want to break the fuel tank. Yeah, it is the fuel tank that's holding us up. You know what, guys? I'm spending too much time on camera trying to figure out how to get this top half off. I'm going to cut the video here and get this figured out, and then I'll bring it back after I get the top half off of here, and I will show you whatever I figured out that I had to do. All right, we'll be back. We'll bring you back in a minute. All right, guys, I am back. Since then, I removed the carburetor, the oil pump, and the fuel tank cap. And then I kept messing with it, couldn't figure it out. So, like I said, this is my first time tearing into a 330. So I then went and watched a YouTube video, and I figured it out. So anyway, yeah, I got that off. Basically, I had to pry up on the back, trying to get it to clear this from the back, and had to twist this way at the same time. It was a little difficult because I don't really have a full handle back here to hang on to help twist, but all at once it just popped off. So there's that. All right, guys, we are in. Yeah, we are in. So where to go from here? I'm trying very carefully not to crack any fuel lines, fuel or oil lines, any of the rubber lines. I know now would be the time to replace them, but I don't really feel like doing it right now. If they work good, I'm going to leave them well enough alone. So, I'm going to bring you guys down here closer to take a look at something I just found. One moment. Okay, guys, so you know how I said that because the saw revved out of control with the throttle all the way closed, that my guess was that the intake boot was shot? What intake boot? Hold on. Yeah, what intake boot? I hope that pieces of this did not go down inside the engine. But yeah, there's, you can see remnants of it right there, right here. And those are rock hard, may as well be plastic. Let me show you what the intake boot should look like. I ordered a 2-pack of them. One moment. This is a Homelite 330 intake boot. It is nice and pliable. And this is the part that is known to go bad on these. This is why these saws, they really are a great saw. As far as I know, this is the only downfall to these saws. But that's... Some people say these are terrible saws, worst saw Homelite ever made. I've heard people say that, and this is why. But I really don't think so. I really don't think that this is a terrible saw at all. I love mine. Anyways, let's get you perched back up where you can see everything while I get back to work. Alright, so let's continue. Let's see, I'm going to feed this line through here carefully. That end is a little expanded, so it's going to try not to break it. It's going to take a little convincing to slide through there. So I'm going to lube it up and just kind of wiggle it around as I gently pull. The fun part will be trying to get it back through this plate. And there's so many lines, there's so many different lines on this saw. Holy cow. So many different lines running everywhere. Let's see if I can get that one to pop off back there. Man, I am getting, trying not to, but I am getting some dirt and debris down inside this engine. Come on. But my guess is with that boot basically non-existent like as it is, I probably got dirt and debris down in there before I even started taking the saw apart. So whatever damage is going to occur from that is going to occur. I'm going to try see if I can take a look down in there and maybe try to blow out anything that I can. Ugh. I got chunks falling off. Don't fall down in there. Hold on. I'm going to, well, now that I can actually access where the boot mounts, I'm actually going to put a little bit of a piece of paper towel. If I can find a clean piece, I'm going to, in here, yeah, this corner's pretty clean. I'm going to tear it off, wad it up, and shove it down into that port. There we go. That's better. So I gotta give credit where credit is due. The video that I watched to tell me how to get that top cover off, was it the name of the channel? It's on the tip of my tongue. Leon's Chainsaw Repair. It's a real popular chainsaw repair channel. I am sorry, I am having a brain fart, but big thanks, Leon. Much appreciated. He's got a lot of really great videos. Yeah, so I really appreciate him making helpful videos so that I could get this figured out. So we have off all the parts that we need to take off to do the repair. But I am not going to stop there because, you know, we've come this far and this thing is absolutely filthy. So I'm going to take some more parts off and we're going to give this thing a good detail cleaning while we are this far in. All right, yep. Let's get in a little further and yeah, too tight for that. Use a screwdriver. We're gonna have to use a ratchet. I'm gonna need my other small magnet tray. There's nothing real important sitting in it. What's in here is all just spare parts now. So these are just gonna go off over there. No, do not fall on the floor. I had a socket that was making a break for it, for the edge of the bench. Come on. Let's see. I think there's just 2 more. And then this cover should pop off of there. Then we should have access pretty well to the engine, which I will then cut when I'm ready to clean the engine. I will cut video and repeat the same process I did for the outside of the saw. Blow it off as much as I can. Saturate everything with WD-40, let it set for 5 or 10 minutes, and then go at it again with the air hose. Oh yeah, right there. Oh yeah. All right. If you give me just a minute, I'll bring you guys down here. We'll take a close look at the engine here. All right, guys, this is it. This is the engine. It's a nice big cylinder. The thing's got to have a nice fat piston. 54 cc, I believe. While I'm in here, I'm gonna open up this muffler and see if there's like a spark arrestor or anything I can take out. It's just something I like to do. I like that sometimes if there's a removable spark arrestor, that it makes it, I think it makes the saw sound a lot better. Yeah, it's a little louder, but I mean, man, it really makes it sound better, and sometimes it kind of improves performance just a little bit. So that's one thing I'll take a look at. And here is a stamped steel piece that holds down the bottom of the intake boot. That has to come off to replace the intake boot. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the camera here. I'm gonna cut the video here and get this thing and all the parts cleaned up. So that's gonna take a while. So I will bring you back when I'm satisfied with everything and I'm ready to start putting things back together. Alright guys, I decided I'm going to go ahead and make this a 2-part video, because if not, the video is just going to be way too long. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here and end this video, and we will start the next video with all the parts and pieces cleaned and ready to reassemble. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do want to start doing some more Homelite related videos. I got a bunch of saws that need repair, a couple weed eaters, a few weed eaters that need repair. So yeah, anyways, yeah, if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button and share my channel with your friends. And anyways, I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.